Welcome back to eSIM Studios. I wanted to do a tutorial on how to install One UI 7 beta version on the Samsung Galaxy S24 series. Now, I've seen a lot of questions online. Will this work for this device? Will it work for that device? What about the Z Flip 7? What about the Z Fold 7? It's only available for users that have an S24, S24 Plus, or S24 Ultra. Now, it can be either on the T-Mobile variant, meaning you got it from T-Mobile, or the unlocked model, meaning in the United States, meaning you got it from Samsung's website, and it is the unlocked model. S24. It will not work for the Z Flip 7. It will not work for the Fold 7. It will not work for an S23 series, 22 series, specifically S24, S24 Plus, S24 Ultra. Again, T-Mobile or USA unlocked. Now, there are some international variants you can install this on. So if that includes you, we will certainly show you how to do that. But it's fairly easy, but it does take a little bit of knowing what you're doing, so to speak, to not get this wrong. And I want to stress, I do not want to be held responsible. I will not be held responsible for anybody that bricks their phone, right? You're going to have to flash something. And this is a very easy, however, very delicate process. If you get something wrong, you can completely brick your phone. If you go to enroll on Samsung's members app, you can just scroll down to enroll your device if you're eligible. It says, okay, it's a beta program, continue. Oh no, wait a second. The program is full. Damn, so I was too late to the party. Thank God there is a website called XDA Developers. So here is the XDA website for installation. Now, all links will be in the description box below. So if you're interested and you want to do this, follow along, you're certainly welcomed. Again, this link will be in the description box below, as well as kind of instructions. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So this is it is the official beta update. It's not some modified version. It won't root your phone. No, and this will not trip Knox, which is their security portion of their software. So here they have eligible models. This is One UI 7 beta Android 15. It has beta 2, 1 and 2, but we'll get into that. Now, what you're going to want to do is please read all of this carefully, and I strongly suggest you do that as well. Don't just go by what I'm saying. Please read up as much as you can on this topic. As of the last update on this post was December the 16th. That was when beta 2 was rolled out, and it's fairly stable enough, I think, to run. I didn't necessarily, that's why I didn't enroll, because I don't want to jump in on the very first beta, because it typically has a lot of bugs. I was going to wait for beta 2. Beta 2 came out, and I went to enroll, and what do you know? It said program was full. But we have this. So eligible models, international models, please go and make sure your device is eligible. If you have an international model, here are the models and model numbers that this will work on. And for the United States models, if this is the device I am going to be flashing it on, the S24 Plus, unlocked, Korean models that are eligible, and Chinese models that are eligible. There is an installation video here you can watch as well, sort of what I'm doing, but this video is 3 years old. So here are the steps. It looks fairly long, pretty easy. We'll go through them. So there's two methods that you can get. You're going to have to flash this, and you're going to need to put your phone into recovery. The steps are right here. It's pretty easy. Let's see. Don't worry about this. How to capture the update.bin file. Skip that. That's for people wanting to help out in this development page, but we don't want to do that. We just want to flash it. Important notes. Upgrading beta will not trip the Knox or affect warranty in any way. You're basically installing the same update file that people, when you enrolled, you were getting. So you'll basically bypass the beta program's full, and you will install the beta on your device. I've seen everything works fine. So I think they just put that there saying your banking apps might not work on the beta. I've heard everything is a-okay now. Don't take my word for it, but I think they just put that there for precautionary measures. So let's see here. Down into the second post. Update. Here's the update file, the zip file you're going to need to download in Flash. Now, it's not going to be the same for everybody because you have different models, right? Now, you need to make sure that your device, when you flash this, I have the S24 Plus right here. Now go to your corresponding device and read the details. I am currently on One UI 6.1, right? I'm on the latest build. So my build, I'm sorry, that's for, yes, U1 models. I am on AK. What am I on? Let's see. I am on XKF. So make sure, it's imperative, make sure you go to your settings. After you go to settings, go to your settings, scroll all the way down to About Phone, and then after you get into the About Phone section, go to Software Information, and then you'll see your build number right there. You're going to need the last 3 letters or numbers and or letters. So mine is currently on One UI 6.1, build number ending in XKF. XKF. So that would put me right here, One UI 6.1 beta to beta 2. So you do not have to, when you flash this, it's already on beta 2 and we're going in from stable build. So what about the first beta? Do you have to go from stable build to beta 1, from beta 1 to beta 2, the latest? No. You can skip beta 1 in my scenario. I can skip the beta 1 and just flash beta 2 straight from the stable One UI 6.1. Now, make sure you check this section. Again, it's going to be different for everybody. So please, please, please be detailed and check your device and see where you're at. Because here, if you're on One UI 6.1, the November build, right? If you did not update your device to the newest and latest stable security patch, which is the December security patch, you're going to need to download this right here. And then that will get you on the December security patch. You'll download this, flash this. That'll get you on the stable December build, and then from the stable December build, that'll get you on XKF. Then you'll flash the beta 2 on top of that. So you need to be on the latest stable build, which is the December security patch, and then you can flash the beta 2 on top of that. So depending on what you have, please check. And then they have Korean models here as well. It says, please make sure to check the last 4 characters of your current software build version in the settings before attempting to update. It should match the part before the arrow of the text. Yeah. I just went over that. Okay. So let's go ahead and download what we're going to need. Also going to want to go back down here to where I was talking about the builds. That's the international, US. So beta 2 is right here. So this would be my situation. Now, again, whichever one you need, clicking one of these links will download what you need to flash. So in my situation, I clicked this and I went ahead and downloaded that file. So let's get into installing the SDK platform tools and we will start there. The download folder. So what you're going to want to do is go to your downloads. So here is the next step was go download the update you need, depending on what model you have and what software baseband you're coming from. The download was right here. Now it's 4.4 gigs. Now you're going to want to read, if it's a weird name like this, what you're going to want to do is right click and rename it update.zip. enter yes. Okay, so now what you're going to do, you're going to take this update.zip file, and what do the instructions say? The instructions say put the newly renamed bin file, where we just renamed it to the update.zip file, put that update.zip file inside that extracted folder, inside this folder while holding shift. Okay, now before we do any flashing or anything on your phone, turn your phone on, you need to activate developer mode, developer option. So you're going to need to turn on USB debugging. So you need to go to settings. I'm sure most of y'all know how to do this, but for those of y'all that don't, go to settings, go to about device, go to software information, and then find the build number. Tap on that build number 7 times. It says developer mode has been activated. What you're going to want to do is back out into your settings, and then all the way at the very bottom of your settings, you'll see developer options. Select that, and then probably the 10th or 11th, maybe 12th, you'll see USB debugging. You're going to need to activate USB debugging on your device. Now, after activating USB debugging on your device, they say use the original cable. That is the best cable to use. Some cables are better than others. Some cables only allow charging. Some cables allow charging and data transfer. You're going to need a cable that allows data transfer. So if you cannot find the original cable like me, any of them will work. They just recommend you use the original cable. But here's a cable plugged into the computer. Here's my S24, and USB debugging is activated. So I'm going to go ahead and plug it in here. Now, allow access to the phone. We're going to hit allow, and that'll allow the computer to transfer files to and from your device. Now what we need to do is open a command prompt so we can get this phone into reboot. You can either do it from, you can either write the command in ADB. There are 2 methods you can put your phone into recovery mode. Connect method 1, the ADB method. Connect your phone to your PC. Using ADB, enter the command ADB reboot recovery. Wait a little while the phone reboots. You should be in recovery mode. Method 2, power off your device. Connect your device to the PC. Hold down power and volume up buttons together and keep pressing them until you enter recovery mode. After you rename the downloaded file to update.zip and place that in your platform tools folder, you're going to want to put your phone in recovery. So I did mine by turning off the phone. Plug your phone into the computer while it's off, and then while it's plugged in and your device is off, press and hold the power and volume up buttons for about 15 seconds. It'll go through the boot animation, but keep on holding power and volume up at the same time until you get to this screen. That is an ADB. Now you're in recovery, and then we can flash it from there. So let's go to the next step. That's why I love XDA. So there's another platform tools that you can download and install, and it immediately found my device. So I'm going to link this in the description below. If you go to, let me show you what I'm talking about. There's a toolkit. I found it on XDA. It is this one. Platform tools. It is another toolkit, and it essentially worked with my phone. I don't know why. Every now and then it happens where your computer can't get in touch electronically with your phone after everything's installed. I downloaded and installed another toolkit, and it works. So I'm going to link this in a video description below where you can find this toolkit. It's a neat little, very lightweight toolkit that simply found my device right off of the bat. So it is called ADBKit. As you can see right here, ADBKit. And what you're going to do when you go to this link, it's from GitHub. Once you select the link in the description box below, it's a pure ADB with batch script for easily opening up a command prompt in window. And what you're going to do is you download it here. Once you click this, you'll go to updated files, scroll down here and just download this right here, the zip file. Once you download that on your computer, you're going to want to unzip it, right? Like we did with the other one, right click. Once it's in your download folder, unzip. And then what you're going to do is take that file that we renamed your update, that .bin file. You're going to rename that to update.zip, and you're going to take that file and put it in the extracted folder with this ADB-kit. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So I downloaded it and I extracted this ADB-kit right here. It's extracted, and I copied and pasted that update zip right here into the folder because you're going to need that to flash it. Remember, on the instructions it says you're going to need to basically make sure it finds your device, and then you're going to type in this ADB sideload update.zip. That update.zip file has to be in that extracted folder to run that command. So what we're going to do is, once your device is in recovery and you're plugged in your phone and you've downloaded the new ADB-kit and you've extracted that and you've copied and pasted the update.zip file in there, you're going to put your phone in recovery, and then you're going to select install from ADB, apply update from ADB. You use the volume buttons to go up and down. You use the power button to select. So once you're in recovery and you've got all this set up on your computer, simply select apply update from ADB, power, run this right here, OpenCMD.bat. So double click that. Now, to make sure your device, your computer recognizes your device, what you're going to do is type in ADB devices, enter, boom, right there. If you get a list of devices attached, that's my phone right there. So from this right here, what we're going to do is we're going to type in ADB sideload update.zip. ADB sideload update.zip. Enter. And away it goes. And it started on my phone. I don't want to show you right now. You have to be very careful. Do not unplug anything. Do not touch anything until it's done. You can tell it's got a percent counter right there. See, it says serving update.zip and 7%, 8%. Don't touch your phone. If you interrupt the installation process, you will brick your device. It is what it is. So make sure your device has power. Make sure your computer has power. And away you go. So I apologize for the kind of spotty installation process. While it's updating, let's go over this again. You can follow this guide here on the XDA guide, which I will put a link in the description. So I wouldn't even do this right here. Don't do this on your... I'm going to input these same instructions, but I'm going to put links to everything that I did here. So I'm going to copy and paste this, but instead of putting this link here, I'm going to put this link here for this toolkit that I'm using, and just modify the instructions, right? So you can read them, and you can also watch this and follow it as it goes. And you will download the ADB toolkit. You'll extract all from that tool. You're going to download that toolkit. It's a zip file. Once it's downloaded, you're going to extract all onto your desktop. And then you're going to place that update file, the file that you downloaded here, whatever your update is, right? Whatever applies to you, that file, the One UI 7 file, beta software version, when it's a .bin, when you download it, it'll say a bunch of numbers .bin. You're going to rename that, right-click, rename to update.zip. And then you're going to copy and paste that newly named update.zip file into the extracted folder of the toolkit, right? So I did that right here, copied it, I extracted this toolkit, I copied and pasted the update.zip file in here, and then to get into a terminal to get it started, all you do is double click OpenCMD.bat. That will open the terminal, and then you can put your device in recovery. So you'll power off your device, and then you're going to plug the phone into the computer while it's off, and then you're going to push power and volume up. Hold those two down, let it go through the boot up process. Once it's done, after the boot animation, it'll go into recovery. You're going to maneuver down to apply update from ADB, and then push the power button to enter that. And then your device should be recognized on the command prompt. So remember, type in ADB devices. Should give you a number there recognizing your device. Don't have anything else plugged in. Just your phone plugged into the computer. Now, if you need to power your computer, obviously, yes, plug it in. But I'm talking about other devices. Don't have another phone plugged in. Don't have a camera plugged in. Don't have any other electronics plugged in. Just your phone. And then once your device recognizes your computer or vice versa, then you can type in ADB sideload update.zip, and the process starts. So it's a lot easier than it looks. I'm just kind of over explaining everything. Let's see how much longer I have. We're at 62%. It's doing a whole lot here on my device. Now, while this installs, I want to, let's see, there was something I was looking at. Important notes. Very imperative you have the correct update.zip file for your model. If you flash, let me remind you, if you flash, let's say you have an S24 Plus like I do, an unlocked model. Let's say you have a Verizon model and you flash this update, you're going to break your phone. It has to be in the United States from T-Mobile, or it has to be unlocked from Samsung. Now, if you're not sure, you need to verify with the model number. Let's see here. Rename the bin file. Yes, update.zip. Yes, please be aware of this right here. Common mistake is done by some people that they see the file named update while it's a WinRAR zip file. So don't rezip it. If you rezip it, it's going to be update.zip. If you zip that file, that bin file you downloaded, the original the beta 1 UI 7 beta file, that when you originally downloaded it'll be a .bin file. If you rename it to .zip or you zip it yourself, you're going to mess everything up. You don't need to zip or compress that bin file. Just simply rename it to update.zip. Then you can flash it. Let's see. Now, this is talking about your original CSC. So I'm not going to get into updating your CSC. So technically, you can modify and or install this on a non-T-Mobile or non-unlocked from Samsung model. But you have to modify the CSC. The CSC is like a carrier service code, meaning it tells the internal system if it's a Verizon phone, if it's a T-Mobile phone, what's your CSC code? Oh, the CSC code is a Metro by by T-Mobile, or it's a Cricket. You can install this on a Verizon device. I strongly advise don't do that unless you really know what you're doing. You get into the weeds and you got to modify a bunch of stuff. So unless you really know how to do this, knock yourself out. But for the average person, not worth it. You're going to be spending a lot of time, and you could possibly brick your phone. So it looks like mine is done flashing. So they're saying if you flash this, I'm going to let it reboot. If you flash this, look, it says complete it. Okay, so my device is rebooting. Now, before we get out of here, what the CSC thing is, what they're explaining is, if you have a device that's a Verizon device, and you change your device CSC code to a T-Mobile, even though it's still originally Verizon, you can kind of trick the system. You can kind of trick the system into thinking your device is a T-Mobile device when it's really a Verizon. What this person is saying, if you install this beta on a non-T-Mobile Samsung or a non-Samsung unlocked model, you will not eventually roll into the stable version in off of the beta software and into the stable version. Now you have to go back in there and modify some things to get back on the stable version, or flash the stable version to get back in it. If you're a T-Mobile S24 user, if you're a unlocked Samsung user, you do not have to worry about that. You can install this beta and run beta, and then when it comes out of beta into the stable build, if you're a T-Mobile S24 user or a unlocked or an unlocked S24 user, and you install this beta, it will eventually go into the stable build of One UI 7. You won't have to flash anything. So I hope that makes sense. So if you're a T-Mobile S24 or unlocked Samsung S24, S24 Plus, S24 Ultra, you can install this One UI 7 beta, and it will roll into the stable build without you having to do anything. So I hope that kind of helps people. Let's see what we got here. Got the new, cool. There we go. It is here. All right, so I'm gonna start using it, and we'll do a video review on what my impressions are on One UI 7 and get it rolling from there. So I appreciate the time. Please let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Sorry, I hope I didn't over confuse anybody. I'll try to edit this to make it less confusing. It's pretty straightforward. I think the first half I'll have to edit out. But if you got any questions, hit me up in the comments, and I'll try to put everything in writing and all the correct links in the bottom, so you shouldn't have any issues. But please subscribe to the channel, and give me a few days to start using this on One UI 7, and then I'll make a video and let you know my thoughts. Appreciate everything. Peace.